What is up, everybody? Welcome to Toco Loco RC. If you are not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment, and please hit that notification bell for future videos. So yeah, today we'll be taking a look at changing out the shock oil on my B6.2D. I did a couple of races within the last week, so I just wanted to go ahead and clean them out. And then I also purchased some of the newer shocks for the Kashima coated shocks for the B6.2, and I kind of just want to show you guys how to do that. So if you guys have a buggy, this process is going to be very similar across all shocks. So this to kind of give you an idea of how to actually bleed the shocks and make them, you know, well balanced out there on the track. As you can see here, we got your the rear. So if you guys want to see a closer look of how the actual shock looks before I go ahead and put them together, this is a closer look of the actual Kashima coated shocks. I think the part numbers for these, we got 91576, and then we also have the 91578. So 91576 for the front, and then we have the 91578 part number for the rear. And these are the team associated. All right, so let's get right into go ahead and taking these apart. Clean them off after you're done with replacing the oil on the new one. So just take the cap off of there. And I do have some aluminum caps on the way. I did place an order for those as well, because these are the stock plastic ones. All right, so these are all the parts after. This is what it looks like when all the parts are out of the actual shock. So now I'm just going to show you that process. So once you get the actual spring off, you take this adjuster ring off, and you know, the cap, of course. So now you have the piston in there, which is the little white thing up top. So basically, you got to get this piston out of here to get the other parts out, as you can see here. So you just take the 1.5, you're going to hold the bottom here, and then just loosen that up. Let me move this up so you guys can see it better. There we go. So you're just gonna loosen that up. Take that screw out. Set it to the side here. And so now that piston is loose, and then kind of gently just pull carefully take that bottom cap off there. And then there's some O-rings on here. There's one up top, as you can see there. So you're gonna need to gently get those off. So basically I'm gonna put all this together with the pistons and the washers and the O-rings and put everything back together. And basically put the oil in here, and I'll be able to show you guys how to actually bleed it coming up next. All right, so now we have one of these shocks ready to be filled. So I'm gonna start with one of the front shocks. So like I said, we do wanna have the shock shaft in the max position. So that means the piston is gonna be positioned in the bottom of the shock itself. So what I'm gonna do is add a couple of drops here. So what I like to do is kind of like halfway fill it up. Then what I like to do is move the piston up and down a little bit. Just make sure not to go above the actual shock oil line at this point. And I kind of just like to get a little bit of the bubbles out. And then at this point, you can go ahead and top it off. So now that is to the top. And then once again, you can move it up again just to get some of the bubbles out. Move it up again, up and down. Just make sure, like I said, don't go past that line. Then, see, we probably need to add a little bit more to this one. I like to get it like right up top there. So we'll go ahead and do that again. Just add a couple of drops to the actual cap itself. just a little bit. Got a little bit of shock oil in the cap. Then you got some in here. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and put the top on. So we can go ahead and remove the screw here. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and bleed the shock. Okay, so go ahead and get this towel. Get ready for the overflow here. Then we go ahead and pump that and see that excess oil that's coming out. So just go ahead and wipe that off. And you want to leave the actual shop shaft in this position all the way up. We're going to put that screw back in there. Then at this point, you kind of want to do an in and out motion with the shock shaft, kind of maybe like 15 to 20 pumps. And what you don't want any movement in the shock shaft up or down once you do about those 20. Just repeat that and then pull it out. As you can see there, it kind of moved in a little bit. But it's not too bad. So what we can do, we can go ahead and take that screw off and kind of bleed it again a little bit. Because you kind of just want it to kind of equalize on the inside. It's like, so you can have a good balance inside of the actual shock. Because what you want is no movement of the shock shaft at all. Back up again, just see if we get any excess that comes out. And a little bit did come out. Not a whole lot, but a little bit did come out there. So go ahead and wipe that excess off. We're going to put that screw back on. Like I said, keep some paper towels handy because you will need them. Changing shocks is not the cleanest thing to do. It looks like a completed shock. I will basically complete this process for the other 3, and pretty much it's going to be the same thing for all 4, and I will get these back on my buggy, and I will have the aluminum caps coming up, like I said, soon. Like I said, I just didn't have it in time for this video. It just makes sense if you're going to upgrade the shock, you might as well upgrade the caps as well. All right, guys, so all the shocks have been completed. They are all good to go now. And as you can see, I put all the parts back on here. So yeah, these are ready to go. Yeah, so when you're building these, just take your time. Like I said, it's not really that hard. Once you do it a couple times, it becomes easier and easier to do. I hope you guys have found this video to be helpful in any way. I will have some more how-to videos coming up soon. And if you are not already a subscriber, please support the channel. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell for future videos, and until next time.